deficit of this size requires immediate action to begin saving money.
Budget cuts for the city of San Diego, the potential impact on public safety. Plus, lessons learned from Australia's Gold Coast, the work happening on Oceanside's coastline. And new clean air rules will soon take effect right here in California. And you may notice at the gas pump how a local lawmaker is trying to stop a huge price increase from being passed down to you. Hello, and thank you so much for joining us. I'm Heather Myers. Here at CBS 8, we are working for you. We're getting to the bottom of problems you've asked about, and we're looking for solutions. We begin with the rough road ahead for the city of San Diego as Mayor Todd Gloria announced a $258 million budget deficit for the upcoming fiscal year. This week, he outlined several immediate measures to begin addressing this deficit, including suspending non-essential overtime, a hiring freeze, and halting the Civic Center revitalization proposal. Mayor Gloria and the City Council will work to finalize a balanced budget by this June, with public input opportunities starting next week. Well, the city's budget deficit is also putting public safety in the spotlight. CBS 8's Anna Laurel is working for you and spoke to the mayor about the cuts to the already strained and understaffed police department.
We just heard from the mayor about the city's $258 million budget deficit. I asked the mayor what his strategy is to make sure essential services like policing is effective given how big this deficit is. What plans are in place to assure people that public safety will not be compromised any further?
The number one responsibility of this organization is the protection of the people and property of this city, and that will not be changing. That'll be made harder by this news, but that won't be changing.
The mayor trying to calm concerns about looming budget cuts coming to the San Diego Police Department because of the city's staggering $258 million budget deficit.
The goal, Anna, is always going to be that when you call 911, someone will pick up your call and we will send the appropriate trained professional to your door to take care of whatever it is you need. I'm also not representing that's going to be easy to do. It's going to be extremely difficult.
It's already difficult. According to recent data, the average wait time for lower priority 3 calls was 176 minutes in 2023, 114 minutes on average for priority 2 calls. That's nearly 2 hours to wait for an officer on a call that's categorized as to dispatch as quickly as possible, less serious crimes where there's no threat to life.
While we're doing a great job responding to emergencies, shootings and stabbings in progress, we're dedicating so many of our resources to those calls. We're really letting the quality of life issues, the misdemeanor crimes in progress that people see on the day-to-day really be pushed off to the side.
Jared Wilson with the San Diego Police Officers Association says long wait times for non-emergency calls are because the department is so understaffed.
We have beats and neighborhoods staffed by officers who work overtime, and if they don't show up and that overtime is cut, those neighborhoods will continue to go without police officers. We're not already filling all of the neighborhoods we have right now. And so we really don't have room to cut any further.
Wilson says he has assurances from city leadership that public safety is a top priority, a sentiment echoed by the mayor today.
And when push comes to shove, if it's this versus something else, we're going to always choose public safety. I should also say, though, there will be reductions in this department.
At City Hall, this is Anna Laurel for CBS 8.
Is really dangerous for the public. You can fall. My husband's almost fallen a couple of times.
Potholes, uneven asphalt. So viewers are reaching out to us about the poor condition of Oleander Drive in the Loma Portal neighborhood. CBS 8's Brian White is working for you to get answers on what is being done to fix this inconvenient roadway.
It's a bumpy ride on Oleander Drive. I got the grand tour on Shannon Olson's golf cart.
It's very bumpy. I can feel every single bump as I'm driving along, and you can see it. Like, I can't avoid this, so I have to slow down.
We rode from one end to the other, and it's a rough ride. And my car ride wasn't any better, dodging one pothole after another.
This road is really dangerous for the public.
Even strollers are having issues.
I put some things on.
Our daughter has twins, and it's just very dangerous, just pushing them along this street.
I checked the city's website. The last repaving here was in 1987 and a slurry seal in 2001.
There's a lot of ruts here in the street. It's very uneven.
The road's so bad, even the street sweeper has trouble cleaning it, just kicking up dust instead. I checked. Oleander's pavement condition score is 22 out of 100. That's in the severe category, but there are no plans to repave it. Yet this cross street, Hyacinth Drive nearby, is getting an overlay in 2026, and it's in much better condition.
Most of our street is full of divots, potholes everywhere.
I reached out to the City of San Diego's Transportation Department to find out what it would take for Oleander Drive to get a makeover. They told me they've spent $140 million annually for the past 2 years, fixing more than 1,600 miles of road in 4 years. That's 25% of the entire street network. A spokesperson told me, quote, "We will evaluate what we can do to include Oleander Drive on our list of roads to be resurfaced as part of future asphalt overlay projects," end quote.
If you had to grade this street, what grade would you give it?
Oh, I mean, 1 to 10, I'd give it a 1.
The last assessment of San Diego roads was done last year, and the city plans to do it every 4 years. In Loma Portal, working for you, Brian White, CBS 8.
All right, Brian, thanks. Oceanside is planning a first-of-its-kind coastal restoration project. So the goal is to try to keep the sand on the beaches instead of all the rocks that are there right now. It's a concept that's been successful on Australia's Gold Coast. It's never been done, though, in North America. CBS 8's Alex Lai is working for you and shows us which areas will be restored.
The replenishment project will come from Tyson Street all the way down to Wisconsin Avenue. As you can see, erosion has caused this strip of the beach to lose its sand. Oceanside residents such as Crystal.
We walk this beach every day, maybe twice a day for the last 19 years.
Are excited to get some of their beach back.
It's necessary. We need that so bad for everyone, for the locals and for everyone that's coming.
Although others are skeptical on how the pilot project will turn out.
Almost any plan will be pretty hard to make it stick. I hope it works for sure. Oceanside needs to not lose all their beaches.
Coastal Zone Administrator Jamie Timberlake describes the layout of the project.
We're going to be placing 2 basically parks that'll extend out and act like headlands.
This will allow the sand to move from north to south. Another part of the project, artificial reefs.
And offshore, what we'll be doing is placing a large, very large 8-ton, 4-ton, 2-ton rocks that will become a reef. And that reef will help break up that wave energy a little bit.
That's why they're calling it a living speed bump project. The waves will break a little bit offshore, so it's less impactful when it reaches the shoreline.
All of these things will help create a wider beach and eliminate some of those like very drastic erosive forces that were at play on our coastline.
Now that the location is picked, what are the next steps?
We're going to be moving into final design and engineering of exactly what the reef's going to look like, how much sand we need, how far out the headlands are going to extend.
Construction is expected to begin at the end of 2026. It's estimated to cost between $30 to $50 million, plus we'll need more funding for maintenance. The money will come from a new sales tax in Oceanside, along with potential grants and government money. In Oceanside, Alex Lai, CBS 8.
As the new year nears, Californians face higher gas prices due to new clean air regulations aimed at reaching zero emissions. One of the big unanswered questions, though, is exactly how much gas prices will go up once these new regulations are adopted next year, with some studies indicating anywhere between 47 to 65 cents per gallon. CBS 8's Richard Allen is working for you and speaks with the San Diego lawmaker who's trying to stop this from happening.
That's already 82.
For San Diegan Andrew Birch, filling up his pickup is already a sizable expense.
Most of the time it's above $80, and that's every week at least, and I only have a 20-minute commute to work every day.
Making the prospect of higher fuel prices daunting. According to the Kleinman Center for Energy Policy, these new air quality standards could drive up gas prices by 65 cents a gallon in the near term, 85 cents by 2030, and nearly $1.50 per gallon by 2035.
That's not a insignificant amount. You know, you definitely will feel that every time you look at the pump.
Last month, the California Air Resources Board gave the green light to this proposal that will limit the amount of carbon in fuel by increasing penalties for refineries that produce high carbon diesel and gasoline, an extra cost that will likely be passed down to consumers.
SB2 rolls back Gavin Newsom's gas tax increases and puts us back where we were a couple of weeks ago.
Republican State Senator Brian Jones from San Diego County, the Senate Minority Leader, has proposed legislation that would repeal these new regulations, which he says were passed with a lack of transparency and accountability.
His ultimate goal is to push people into electric cars, whether they can afford them or not. And I have a job to do up here in Sacramento, and that's to protect my constituents from this crazy cost of living increases that this governor keeps pushing down our throats.
Governor Newsom has continued to strongly support the board's vote to revise the low-carbon fuel standard, especially with President-elect Donald Trump returning to the White House in a matter of weeks.
We've long supported low-carbon fuel standard. We believe in the importance and the imperative, particularly at this critical moment, as it relates to American history and the likely shift in policies and approach that will be taking place with the Trump administration.
In the meantime, many drivers, including Andrew Birch, appreciate the need to reduce carbon emissions and improve air quality.
You really want the environment to be in a good place, and you want to do everything you can to help that, but when it's hurting you, it feels like a gut punch every time you're doing it. It's like, is there another way?
That was our Richard Allen reporting. The California Air Resources Board says that it will monitor for any unexpected gas price impacts resulting from these changes, directing its staff to come back with program adjustments if these concerns over fuel price hikes do occur. We'll keep you updated on that one. Still to come, questions about flyers being taped to some trash cans. Some residents believe the flyers are from the city. How to make sure that you're not wasting your money. Then later on, an update to a decades-long effort in La Jolla to separate from the city of San Diego. We have an update now to a story that we have been following. An effort to make La Jolla its own city is now moving forward. The people behind the effort got more than 7,000 signatures. That's enough to qualify for a feasibility study. It will look into what kind of impact the separation would have on both the city of San Diego and La Jolla and whether it would be beneficial to both. The study could cost up to $150,000. Advocates say separating would allow for more local governance and control, but critics say a separation would likely lead to significantly higher taxes in La Jolla to pay for necessary services. All right, have you seen this flyer here taped to your trash can? It's a form offering street number curb painting, and some of our viewers say it looks like a notice from the city. Working for you, CBS 8's Alex Light takes us to La Jolla, where the flyers have been spotted, and shows us why some neighbors are concerned.
Took and I read it.
Jerry and Leonard Tessier saw this notice on their trash can yesterday.
It looks like a warning, and it looks, it looks official, and until you kind of read all the extra money you want to send in, and then it gets a little bit hazy.
The flyer says reflective curb addresses will be painted on the street tomorrow, and to send a text message to a number to be included. Then there's boxes to check different designs for an additional cost. But it's how you pay for the service that caused neighbors to think twice.
And then I read down at the bottom, and it said, for your convenience, you can leave cash or check. Who would ever leave money under their doormat? I mean, it doesn't sound like it's legit.
We reached out to the city. They confirmed the notices are not from them and that anything from the city or other government entities would have a logo on it. But is painting house numbers on a curb even legal? In the city's municipal code, the occupant of a house may paint or have the curb painted with the house number at their own expense.
I don't know anyone would do it, but we live in a neighborhood that does have a lot of senior, and people, want their address very clear for emergencies.
I also called and texted the number at the bottom of the flyer.
Hi, this is Alex with CBS 8.
But did not hear back.
That was our Alex Lai reporting. We also reached out to the San Diego Police Department and the district's council member, Joe LaCava's office, but at this point we have not heard back from either. All right, are you doing all of your Christmas shopping online this year? Next, we go behind the scenes to see how Walmart gets your online purchases to your doorstep. A A decades-old La Mesa Village store, it's getting a lifeline, and it's all thanks to the community. Last month, Act 2, that's a resale shop, faced a heartbreaking reality. Sky-high rent was pushing them out of their longtime home. But after our Working For You story aired, the owner says she received an outpouring of support from customers and local merchants. So now here, a silver lining. Another store called Amethyst Moon is subleasing space, keeping Act 2 in business just 3 blocks from its original spot. The holiday shopping season is here, and that means warehouses are working overtime. But Walmart is playing a different game. We're working for your wallet and going inside their digital delivery system. CBS 8's Abby Black got an exclusive access to see how they're turning online shopping from a transaction into an experience.
Says on Cyber Monday, their orders doubled. At some stores, they even tripled in the San Diego area. We're taking you behind the scenes to show you how store-to-door works.
This holiday season, Walmart wants to revolutionize online shopping.
Next, we're going to Christmas.
Walmart's digital delivery system is turning online shopping into a high-speed operation with its store-to-door service where it's no longer just doorstep service.
The associate can actually enter the customer's home and place it on their counters or into their fridge if they choose to.
Exclusively for Walmart Premium members at $138 per year, the service launched in 7 San Diego stores, including Eastlake, Encinitas, Poway, and the College Avenue Superstore.
As soon as they drop into our system, we go into the store and we start grabbing items as soon as possible.
Coming off of a very busy Cyber Monday, Walmart's digital coach, Yasir Gallardo, gives us an inside look at its new strategy to shop smart and shop fast.
The goal is always to be able to finish every walk in under 20 minutes, so that way we can complete all the orders.
This isn't just shopping, this is precision retail.
I'm taking care of 8 different customers at one time.
This efficiency also keeps us moving as we shop by category.
As we're walking through different aisles of the store, we're picking multiple items for different customers at the same time, so that way we don't have to come back from where we came from.
And it's working.
So for all the pets' needs.
Walmart reported its online sales in the last quarter grew 5 times faster than total company revenue.
How's it going?
Pro tip, if you can't find something in the store, ask a Walmart shopper. They have these endless aisles memorized.
F35.
Whether it's delivered to your car or by personal delivery same day,
3 hours.
Walmart hopes to rewrite the e-commerce playbook. Abby Black, CBS 8.
Abby, thank you. A warning if you are on the hunt to find deals on a good concert ticket. This year alone, the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center found that Americans lost more than $2.3 million on online ticket scams. Experts say it's easier than ever to get scammed through counterfeit tickets or victims who gave up too much personal information. There are some ways, though, that you can make sure that this doesn't happen to you. Lucas Gutterman from the U.S. Public Interest Research Group urges you not to buy tickets from Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace. And don't use any payment services like Venmo, Zelle, or PayPal.
Ticket has a row and a seat number, and that row and that seat really exists, and you can check on the venue website to make sure that that's the case.
Wow.
And the other thing is just buying from a legitimate certified reseller. So the big major resellers, all of those are fine.
You can also go to the National Association of Ticket Brokers to check the validity of a smaller reseller. If you are scammed, you are urged to report it to the FTC or even the FBI. All right, that's going to do it for us. Remember, if there's something that you would like us to look into, you can always email us workingforyou@cbs8.com. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.